10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you tutorial on how to do pair sample t-test on SPSS. First, let us see an example. In this example, you have measured the performance of 10 participants in spelling tests before and after they underwent a new form of computerized teaching method to improve spelling. You would like to know if the computer training improved their spelling performance. You can see the result from this table. As you all know, the purpose of pair sample t-test is to detect a difference between the means of dependent variables. So, to achieve that, we need to go through 4 steps. And to get the result, we need to use SPSS to complete the 4 steps. First step, we need to do a hypothesis testing. For hypothesis null, we should always start with no difference. So, let mean difference equal to 0. Referring back to the example, we know that we want to know if the computer training improved their spelling performance. Therefore, for hypothesis alternative, we need to let mean difference greater than 0. Second step, we need to determine the p-value, whether we need to reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is less than alpha, or do not reject hypothesis null if p-value is more than alpha. Third step, for this step, in determining the p-value, we need to retrieve the result from SPSS. This is where our tutorial on SPSS will begin. Let us get back to the SPSS. First, we need to do some change in variable view. So, click variable view and label the data in name column before and after each. Change the decimals column to 0 for both as the data does not need any decimals. In measure columns, you can see that there are three choices which are scale, ordinal, and nominal. Now, how do we know what choice we need to choose? Both ordinal and nominal data can be either string or numeric, while for scale data, it can only contain numbers, not strings. For more specific, ordinal are for data that have some sort of ranking, while nominal are for numbers that are only used to represent data. For example, gender, where 1 represents a male and 2 represent a female. Scale data consists of interval and ratio data. Based on our examples data, we need to choose scale, as it only consists of numbers and does not represent ranking or some sort of data. Then we need to enter the data in data view, each in a column. Now, to analyze the data, we need to go to Analyze, click Compare Means, and choose Pair Sample t-test. A window pops up to move the variable that we want to compare. We want to compare before and after. First, click on Before, then move it to the variable 1 column. After that, click on After, then move it to the variable 2 column. In Options, make sure the confidence interval percentage are set to 95% as we want to test the hypothesis with 5% significant level. Click Continue and click OK. A few tables will pop out in output windows. The first table are descriptive statistics for each variable. It has mean, sample size, standard deviation, and standard error mean for each variable 1 and variable 2. The second table, we see the correlation coefficient between variable 1 and variable 2. We don't really need this, but you actually need this if you calculate the t-test by hand. The third table are the one that we really need to look at. It contains our inferential statistic. On the far right, we can see the t-value, degree of freedom, and the p-value. From here, we can already proceed to interpret and making decision, which consists of 4 steps.
These are the 4 steps we need to do after we get the result from the SPSS. Step 1. Hypothesis testing. Hypothesis null is mean difference is equal to 0. Hypothesis alternative is mean difference is greater than 0. Step 2 is the test statistic. Now, from the SPSS result, we get the p-value is equal to 0.004. As we know, from this example, our alpha value is equal to 0.05. Now, entering to the step 3, which is decision. Since p-value equal to 0.004 is less than alpha value 0.05, therefore we reject our null hypothesis. For the last step, which is step 4, the conclusion, we state that thus we have enough evidence to say that the computer training improved their spelling performance.